Hello, and welcome to Yellowstone, a guided meditation recorded in Yellowstone National Park. I'm Juniper McKelvie. This is Pause for Peace, and this meditation is all about the peaceful mountain lake. Just like some of the other meditations I've recorded here in the park, this meditation is much more about imagination, using your senses, and so it might be considered more of an active meditation, like this fish that just jumped out of the pond. You're not going to have to worry about emptying your mind or using a complicated meditation technique. Instead, I invite you to join me, to do what you can to find a comfortable space on this very bumpy rock I'm sitting on, and just let yourself picture the scene I'll describe here. So go ahead, get comfortable. Your eyes can be open or closed. Just let yourself feel your breathing, maybe letting it get a little deeper, a little slower. Notice if there's anything that feels good about breathing. A restfulness, a release. Just feel as much of your body breathing as you can. Maybe you notice the position your body is in and how centered and balanced you are in your body. You don't have to be a marble statue. In fact, I don't recommend that. But just see if you can make any little adjustments to feel more balanced, more centered in your body. And I'd like you to picture a little mountain lake, maybe the size of 2 or 3 football fields. Some people might call it a large pond. We're in that in-between time. Spring has yet to fully bloom, but the many feet of snow from this winter have mostly melted off. But half of this lake is still covered with some ice. You can see the footprints of the water birds. In the distance are some mountains that still have a lot of snow on them. Of course, it's an overcast day. Is that a tiny patch of blue I see opening up in the sky? There's a restfulness, a peacefulness. So just take a few moments to feel your breathing, picturing this mountain lake. Still breathing. There's a little bit of a gentle wind, some ripples on the water. There's some pine trees around the eastern part of the lake. The rest of the shores roll into these gentle hills covered in sagebrush. So you're able to see the mountains in the distance, see the start of the pine forest. Still breathing, feeling that. There has been an active woodpecker in one of the large pine trees behind me, and some chirps of the other birds in the trees. The water birds have mostly flown away now that I'm looking around. Oh, nope, 2 ducks are landing right now. Just continue to breathe, bringing to mind this peaceful mountain lake. There's a bit of a chill in the air, but it is a comfortable few degrees above freezing. It's not too cold, it's not too hot. Some sunlight is starting to peek through the clouds, but you're still feeling your breathing, gently refreshing this image of the mountain lake. You might also hear the lake as it trickles into a little stream that goes down the hillside and out of sight. There's that sense of stillness, the pause before all the ice melts and the busy activity of spring and summer begin. There's a just here-ness, just right now. Quiet little lake, nestled in the mountains. Just continue breathing, feeling anything pleasant or peaceful in your breathing. And bringing to mind this image of the peaceful mountain lake. It's okay if the image has changed a little, if it gets blurry or goes away. It is a bit of an overcast day, so crystal clarity might not be available. You're just doing your best to bring it to mind, whatever image of a little lake comes to you. Still feeling your breathing. It's okay to notice if attention is wandering or you're getting sleepy. You can take a nice, big, deep breath. Let yourself feel that. Refresh the image of the peaceful mountain lake. There are some fish swimming below the rock I'm sitting on. Some aquatic plants sticking up out of the water. Some algae on the rocks below the surface. And that woodpecker is still at it. Hopefully getting a satisfying afternoon meal. Again, breathing comfortably, letting yourself feel that, letting this image come to mind, the peaceful mountain pond on an overcast day. That sense of a pause, the in-between time, just a moment of reflection, really. It's okay to be in between. Okay to be partly frozen, partly flowing. Just keep feeling your breathing, connecting with whatever images are coming to mind now. And as we bring this meditation to a close, you can take another few slow and satisfying breaths. Maybe blink your eyes gently, gaze around your space. Just reconnect with where you are. Breathing comfortably. And now with your eyes open, bring to mind again this image of the mountain lake. Feel anything that creates in you that image. Still breathing comfortably, still seeing the lake. And just remember, this in-between time, this in-between space is okay, is natural. It's even possible to find peace. Or maybe you're a fish and you just caught a big fly. That could be nicely satisfying too. Again, like in so many other places in this park, there's the constant motion, the ripples on the water, the melting ice, the fish and the birds. But there is a stillness to be found. So just remember that this contradiction, this paradox that a peaceful little mountain lake represents is there for you. It can be the inspiration for you to feel that on the inside. The peaceful serenity and beauty of a mountain lake that isn't still, it isn't static. Life is still happening all around. You can feel that way. You can let yourself be that way. Thank you so much for some of your precious time and attention today. It is an honor and a privilege for me to come to this park and record these meditations. I do not take it for granted. Thank you so much for joining me here by this little mountain lake. I don't think it's on any postcards. It's a little bit out of the way. It's not the most picturesque place in the park. But it too holds that potential of peace, ever-flowing life. So thanks again for joining me. This is Juniper and Pause for Peace. I wish you a peaceful and inspiring rest of your day, and you are well on your way to feeling that inner peace more consistently and more clearly.